It's day one of the BAL playoffs, and if you're not strapped in for this next clash, then it might get a bit shaky. A collision of North African basketball heavyweights is about to take place as Ahly of Egypt, the reigning BAL champions, take on Moroccan contenders and winners of the Kalahari Conference, FUS Rabat, the key player, and of course he's in the starting five, Usher.
Yeah, looking at the starting five, you have Ehab Amin, Mark Leons, Prince Ahly, Tony Mitchell Jr., and the 7-footer Omar Orabi, averaging 2 blocks per game. He brings that quality there.
They go out, they go everywhere. In fact, FUS Rabat, one of the top teams here. This is starting five.
Yeah, looking at the starting five, FUS Rabat, of course, a little bit shorter than the Egyptian champions, but Zwita bringing so much experience from his early years at the national level with the national team.
It's time for showdown here. The two top teams of the fourth season of the BAL collide today as Ahly of Egypt take on FUS Rabat of Morocco. Orabi, the big man in the paint, twists, doesn't get his shots, made safe at the back, dealt with by Aliou Diarra.
And that's exactly what we were talking about. Aliou Diarra brings to this FUS Rabat team. That size and pressure on Orabi will be very key today.
Jonathan Jordan and Kendrick Brown working their magic, goes into the middle, floated over the top, nicely done by Aliou Diarra. And he is, he comes from the sky. We call him the Rocket Man. He's just capable of boosting himself up into the sky and dropping it in beautifully.
And so far it's 1-0 for him against Orabi, or even 2-0. Playing good defense on the other side and being able to score over Orabi. Interesting.
Lions teasing, nicely done, floated up over the top. The rebound, 2 rebounds, but the third doesn't happen. And there is a little bit of contact as he went up. That man, Zwita.
Kendrick Brown trying to say that the foul was on him, but it will go to Aliou Diarra, which is a bit, frustrating for him to get his first foul in the first minute of the game.
Sorry, Tony Mitchell Jr., of course, is the player for Ahly. Perfect from the free throw line. A lot of rotation, does focus on rotation, Coach Julbe. We've seen it in the Nile Conference, we've actually seen it throughout his career. Coming into the BAL, of course, a man who's got so much, he's got a realm of experience in this league, but, even outside, of course, also managed to win the EuroLeague as the assistant coach in the past in Spain, so, he knows exactly what he wants. Been successful in Spain, been successful in Egypt.
And he is the most successful coach here in the BAL, having won with Zamalek in season 1 and last year with Ahly, 2 Egyptian giants, and he wants to continue that legacy here in season 4.
Kendrick Brown going up, beautifully dropped in, and that's an important score for FUS Rabat, and a stolen ball going up, and there is a foul. He'll go straight to the free throw line.
It is an offensive foul there.
Oh no, it's just to the sideline. And it'll be Jordan who'll pick it up.
It is a foul on Prince Ahly because he ran into Kendrick Brown, but it is a foul.
Brown, ever dangerous. Zwita full-back attempt, just doesn't drop. Made safe at the back by Prince Ahly. Well, there's the ball, it's been stolen. Jordan puts it up and dunks it in. Beautiful score there from that man, Jonathan Jordan.
Jordan likes to elevate himself off of the ground and just, enjoy that moment there and make those quick 2 points for FUS Rabat.
Slam dunk champion in the G League, John Jordan, and you get a real sense of his verticality when he gets a chance to express it.
Thank you, Q. Yeah, it's he does. Look at that. It's skull. He pinches the ball and puts it in like that. He had a little chat with him as well just before tip-off, and he was just saying that he's been working really hard, gained a few extra pounds so that I've got a little bit more muscle when I'm, racing through defenses, and it actually looks like it too, doesn't it, Usher?
And he likes to show that he has that kind of capability.
Oh, jump it in! Brown with 3.
Kendrick Brown, he likes to showcase himself there from outside the three-point line and just reintroduce himself here and remind everybody of what he can do.
Listen, you just saw that that man Lyons going on a bit of a wonder. Has been set up. Oh, he couldn't get it over to his teammate who was there, Nui, but picked up by Prince Ali.
Zwita was quite led on that possession.
Well, it comes back off the metal and no chance for a rebound for Arabi. And Brown going up against Ali, flings it back out. There's unable to keep that in play, Eamon. Eamon's been shut out for the first few minutes, whereas normally he's the one who is literally being highlighted as the player with the ball in his hands.
You have to give it up to FUS Rabat. They did their homework up, you know, trying to check up on this Al-Ahly side. They know that Ehab Amin is the leader that they have on the court, who really likes to start games powerfully, but they have him in check for now.
Listen, into double figures, Usher, and you can see that Zwita out-muscling the bigs in the paint, and I know that Q loves to talk about the big boys in the paint. Pretty impressive start by FUS.
Yeah, they look like they've got their game plan all set out, and one weakness that was established in the Kalahari Conference was the outside shooting. We'll see if that becomes a theme throughout this one, but they started well.
Eamon goes up, but he doesn't manage to do anything with that. It's up the other end, and here he goes again. Brown! Well, that's good defensive play from Prince Ali, who comes in with a royal defensive block. And there's the long-range shot. Put that in! Oh, my word. That is just stunning there from Lyons.
That is a fine reaction there from Al-Ahly. Poor start to the game, but they know that they have the quality to match up against this FUS Rabat team, stop their rhythm, and get back into the game.
Traveling call, and that's a little bit frustrating there for Nuhi, because as we see the replay, there it is coming up, and well, that is just that's definitely from downtown, isn't it?
It is from downtown. Everything looks like it's clicking for FUS Rabat, but Al-Ahly just seeing what they can do from the outside of the perimeter. They're not using Arabi in the paint yet.
Well, that's a little wander into the paint from Prince Ali, and there's a little bit myth that players back in defensive positions looking around going, who was meant to go for him? Comes out, that's nicely done. Oh, around the back, beautifully dealt with. How he dealt with Arabi there was quality, but what about that pass?
Yeah, that's a veteran move from Abdel Hakim Zwita, a veteran that comes with so much experience for this FUS Rabat team.
Put up is Arabi. Arabi with the rebound finally gets what he's after, and a couple of points there for Arabi, his first here. And as we approach the midway of the first quarter, is Jordan dancing around the arc, back out and into the hands of Nuhi. Nuhi, shot clock down to 6, got to make a decision pretty soon. Wants someone to help him with the screen. Oh, dropping it in, Skyfall.
That's an incredible three-pointer from Nuhi. He had to wait for that screen from Aliou Diarra, gave him a bit of space, and he made no mistake.
It's a 7-point lead. Q, this is fantastic from FUS Rabat.
They are so comfortable on the offensive end. They haven't been forced to make any tough decisions, and we'll see some adjustments, I'm sure, from Al-Ali.
Well, there's Eamon trying to go for a long range down, straight downtown. Doesn't happen. Picked up by Nui, waiting for support. The cavalry arrive. Goes around the outside, dealt with just down that inside of the paint there by Lyons. And a timeout, of course. And, well, how about that? Extraordinary. Big lead, 7 points there for FUS Rabat. We'll take a small break. (9:16) is the scoreline here between Al-Ahly, defending champions FUS Rabat, and here we go with Jordan once again in possession down in the corner. Tries to get rid of Amin, floats one up, goes around, and he does get fouled. And it's Amin who will pick up his first foul there.
It is an interesting decision there from Jordan, trying to play smart so that they can maintain the possession. As we see FUS Rabat continue to put pressure on this Al-Ahly team.
There's Diarra, Jordan. Shot clock down to 7, needs to be aware. Goes up himself. Oh, they attempt a little tip in there from Diarra, just doesn't happen. And at the other end, it's all about the men in red. Ahly flings it back out to Aymin. Aymin going around, finds a little bit of space. That's a nice shot. There's 2 points on the top of the tally there.
Ahly finding their way back into this game. It's a 5-point game right now, and you have to give them credit for staying calm and taking care of business.
You've got to deal with the turbulence, haven't you, Q?
Well, you got to deal with a lot, especially when you're playing 2 outstanding systems that you're seeing on the floor here. But out of the timeout, Coach Sahid was really focused on the interior. He understands that they might go zone. What he wants them to do is continue to focus on getting the ball inside and making that work.
There's so much frustration from Ehab Amin. He's not been tested ever in the BAL in the way that he's being asked questions here by this FUS Rabat team. They're cutting off the supply of the ball to him, and it's working for FUS Rabat so far.
But you actually look at the way that they actually played really hard under Saïd El Bouzidi, the Moroccan coach, of course. They beat Petra 73-82. They beat the Tigers 58-84. They did lose that one game against Petra by 3 points, and then they beat the Tigers 84-75. Yeah, it's the way that they did it. You know, they haven't had any extra players brought into the team, which basically tells you that they've got stability, but they play good basketball and they've got good systems.
Yeah, talking to their CEO really before the Kalahari conference, saying they've been preparing and waiting for this moment for over 10 months. So that is not surprising that they did not make any additions whatsoever from the Kalahari conference.
As we see the stats on the free throw line, both teams 100%, and that's an Arabi foul there just on Zuita. The bigs just getting caught up in a bit of a tussle.
Yeah, you get to see that Abdel Hakim Zuita and Aliou Diarra will take turns on playing defense on Omar Orabi, the 7-footer.
7-footer, and we've got 2 players that are the same size. Of course, we had just earlier today playing for the Cape Town Tigers, of course. Ndor, who's 2 meters 16, same height as Arabi. So we've got some bigs here.
Yes, it is a game of bigs.
It's a game of matchups. There's a lot of great matchups on this floor, especially at the guard position and at the big position. Got to keep an eye on them. They win the matchups, they win the game.
No doubt about that. And we've got Gardner, who's on the bench as well. He's a big guy as well, over 2 meters, of course. And so yeah, we do have lots of colossal-sized human beings who will be grappling and getting into the physical warfare that we love so much.
That was just a delay for the game clock. They added a couple of seconds back up to 3:20.
Swiftly dealt with, perfectly dealt with. Ben Amin getting his hands on the ball. It's Nuhi, and back to Zuita. Zuita's been having a good start to this encounter against Ahly. Finds a bit of space on the edge of the arc. Doesn't drop, made safe at the back, picked up by Tony Mitchell Jr. Oh, he gets caught up, gets snagged. It's a chance to get the ball up, right up quickly, nicely done. Oh, he gives a foul on Diarra, and that's going to be first foul for Mitchell Jr.
It was about to be an interesting move there from Aliou Diarra. He likes to play in the middle of space, but there was quite some contact there. He'll have to wait for later in the game, maybe.
5th team foul for Ahly. They are in foul trouble already, and it's been a lot of pressure from from FUS Rabat on them on the defensive end.
Well, it's something we saw earlier. We saw one quarter where the Cape Town Tigers, they'd fouled 5 times within the first couple of minutes against Ahly Libya. That was in the opening encounter, first of the 4 playoffs, of course. And that gives you an understanding that this is going to be played around that kind of... And other teams will look at that and say, right, let's be super aggressive, let's draw the attention. And then afterwards, you know, if you can bowl over your opponents in one quarter, just because they've got foul trouble, you're in a very good position to push forward for the other rest of the game.
Yeah, for now you get the feeling that Ahly are a little bit heavy on their feet. They are a team that like to run the ball, but we're yet to see that in this game.
Ayman floats it up. Oh, it just goes a little bit further out at the outstretched fingers of Arabi. And here at FUS to Rabat going up again. That's a wonderful block. Sensational stuff there. Ayman coming to the rescue. Arabi picks it up. That's in. And that's a statement done there from that man, Arabi. Needed to get a big score, and he did.
That is 4 points for Omar Arabi. Gives him confidence. He's been doing so much work on defense and finally gets something on the other side of the court.
Next time, Zawita back out to Diarra up against Arabi. Where's he going to go? Tries to float over the top, away from the outstretched long wings of that man Arabi. Again they go Arabi. Arabi does the business in the paint. Well, we're talking about the bigs. That's the big man at the moment who's stealing some of the limelight here in Kigali. And at 15-20, with 1:51 left to play, a timeout's been called.
Yeah, Ahly were trying to play from the outside, but now they're starting to put that ball into the paint and use Omar Arabi and his size. They've smelt a bit of cowardice on Aliou Diarra. He already has 1 foul. They know that if he puts up his hands and makes a mistake, he could have 2 or even 3 fouls real quick, and that could take him out of the game. So Ahly back in it, 5 points, but still so much basketball to play.
And the issue really is the entry pass. It's too easy for Arabi right now as he tries to get the ball, as they try to get the ball inside. And I suppose the adjustments right now for Coach Al-Bouzidi is that he's going to try and make sure that they don't isolate Diarra in that matchup, and they continue to move around Arabi, make them try and score elsewhere.
Well, I mean, you want to put a clamp on the big man if you're seeing points being scored by him. I mean, you know, that's the scenario. You know, we've seen him taken out. We've seen him extracted from the game in the Nile Conference, you know, on 1 or 2 occasions. It's going to be tricky to try and do that, but at the moment he's doing the business.
So they bring in young Mohamed Silla, and what he's probably going to do is going to give up a couple of fouls, but he's going to be a very big physical presence against Arabi.
Yeah, the BAL Elevate player from the NBA Africa Academy. He's aggressive, he likes a good challenge, and there's no better platform for him than facing Omar Arabi in this game.
19 years of age, and you'll see that he's extremely athletic, and he'll keep an eye on the big man. Kedju's come on for Ahly, also a veteran, plenty of experience in this Ahly team. A loss of possession from Jonathan Jordan. They get the ball back. The Giants from Cairo are looking to build or just extend their dynasty that they've already created from last season. Ayman running down into single digits is the shot clock. Ayman, 4 seconds. He goes out to Ahly. Ahly for a long shot, and it's been made safe by Jordan. His ability to just get into the right place to pick off the loose ball. Long shots from Jordan. Rebound picked up by Kedju. Ayman, Prince Ali, flung out wide, and an opportunity to try and find the right person. This is good, swinging the ball around, finding the person who's got a little bit of space. Ayman using Kedju as a bit of a screen, turns around, produces a beautiful 2-pointer. Ayman finally getting a good score there.
That is typical Ehab. I mean, when you see his ability to keep fighting and continue to, you know, help this Ahly side come back into the game.
Oh, that's a good little chip in. That's what Silla brings to the game. That's his offensive game, of course. Good work from Zwita, but it was finished off beautifully by that man, Silla. His first points here in the finals, last few seconds, and foul has been committed, and it comes from that man, Ben Mahine.
Well, Ahly are in foul trouble. Of course, it's literally almost the end of the first quarter, but FUS Rabat will try to play to that advantage and maybe get a couple of points on the screen before the end of the first quarter.
Prince Ali, Keju picks it up. Can he get his shots on? Well, he doesn't. But there's a call for goaltending. Let's have a look at this again from Silla. Is it coming back down? Well, looks okay to me.
It definitely looks like he tapped it before he started goaltending, but it will be reviewed by the referees who are in charge of the game. Julian Scott from the US, Jan Davidson from Madagascar, and Jean-Sauveur Ruhamiriza from Rwanda.
We got Q on the other side on the case as well. He'll just give us his thoughts on that. So we can see the replay there. The ball goes up. Before it starts to come down, Silla gets a touch to it, but then he touches the backboard. But he touches the ball before the backboard.
So the review is for time. It's not for the violation. They're trying to see how much time is going to be left.
Okay, thank you, Q. We're all focused on the heart of the action.
The basket counted.
Well, that will be an important 2 points for Ahly, who had a very rough start to the game and now just trying to keep up with FUS Rabat. And it will be 1.2 seconds left on the clock.
So the call for goaltending obviously was the case because the 2 points have been added. There's the shot goes in. That doesn't happen, but they still have a 3-point lead. End of this first quarter. We'll take a break. 19-22, FUS Rabat lead. Yeah, welcome back to the BK Arena. Well, it's the end, start of the second quarter. We'll take a look at the game summary here, and you can see that there's a 3-point lead for FUS Rabat. How will he get the last win at the end of the first quarter there, Asha?
Yeah, FUS Rabat really looking very good from behind the 3-point line. They're 2 for 4. Their shot selection has been quite impressive so far, and they have an edge over this Ahly side. But Ahly, we know that if there's any team that can shoot 3-pointers, it is Ahly, and they'll be looking to pick it up from where they left it in the Nile Conference.
A couple of changes here. They've brought on El Haroua. Here he is in possession. Tries to get the ball out well. There's a little bit of a Gardner coming in to get involved.
There's a couple of fresh legs for the Ahly side, with Ehab Amin being the only starter still on the court. And you talked about Coach Janubi liking to go deep on his bench, and that's exactly what they're doing here in the second quarter.
Well, these are two coaches that rotate their benches. They go deep, 9 deep or 10 deep, and it's what they do. And what makes them very special in terms of this content. Out of that quarter timeout, FUS Rabat really are going to try and attack the paint a lot more.
Jordan for an attempt at 3, and Loa trying to get his hands on it, Amin. And it was Amin who got the last touch, and it will be FUS Rabat who have possession.
A bit of jittery hands there.
Well, that's going to be, they're a little bit lucky as Keju got the last touch there. There's a lot of darting hands to make the last touch to try and get possession. Back out to Jordan. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Goes for mid-range 2. It comes back out. Gardner makes it safe at the back. the big man making it safe, aiming with the ball now in his hands.
Ahly are doing a great job when it comes to defensive rebounds. It gives them a chance to have possession and run their own plays in a very calm way.
There's Mohamed Nasser who's come on as well, long-range shot. Silla happy to see that he's actually got possession.
And looking at the replay there, Silla just giving them an opportunity to have ball possession for Rabat.
It's a sluggish start to the two teams in terms of scoring points in the second quarter, but Ben Maheen getting tangled up with El Gendi. El Gendi, of course, from the Nile Conference, showed us his magic palm shots that he produced, which were just, I mean, typically his. It was his signature shot. He would just float them over the top with that soft palm hand of his, and he would score some very fine ghost-like points. That's a good score from El Hawa.
That's very beautifully done from El Hawa.
Kidju calmly waits. El Gendi looking to try and break free from Ben Maheen. It's not easy. Nasser shot clock down to 5. Gardner, and a little touch there again. So you see how tight the defensive game is from both teams, because they're not just giving anybody any chance to get that ball into their teammates' hands.
Yeah, but that replay there from El Hawa, he had his eye on the glass and just put the ball on the board and was able to get those 2 points.
Well, he talked about Silla just getting in the way, getting in the face of some of the bigs who were going into the paint, pushing himself a little bit, and I think it was Nadja who actually picked up the foul on that occasion, but yeah, there it is. That's the push on Kedju.
Yeah, you can see that the way FUS Rabat are playing, they're trying to double team every time there's a player that has the ball in the paint there from Al Ahly, and it's working for them.
Gardner, nicely done. Nasser trying to get in there. How about that? Silla says you are not coming through.
It is Silla, the rim protector.
That was pretty impressive, wasn't it? He's getting himself into all sorts of good places, follows the ball, makes sure that Nasser is not going to lift off.
He was almost late to that block, Silla, but his ability to elevate real quick in a split of a second is admirable.
2.8 seconds left on the shot clock, hence the reason why, and there's a chance. That's nicely done. Kedju, really smart play there from aiming to find Kedju underneath the rim.
That is Bromans. They've played together for many years. They know each other. They're friends off of the court, and you can see that in that play. Jordan into the path of Silla. Oh, that's brilliant. That's a great score as well. It goes in, it's flicked out, but I mean, he draws the foul, of course. The 2 points will count. El Hawa just being able to split that Al Ahly defense in an incredible way.
One thing you do know about North African derbies is that they can become quite a hot temperature quite quickly. The intensity can ramp up. There will be no love lost between the teams, and I think we'll see that intensity ramp up as we get closer and closer to the 40-minute mark in this one.
7:39 in the second, and the 19-year-old going straight up from Senegal, straight up to the free throw line, and it's a 3-point score for him. That's nicely done. Looking very calm and collected from the charity line. I like that.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he brings, especially in the absence of Aliou Diarra, so that he doesn't have to carry a lot of that weight inside the paint.
All right, where's Gendi going? Watch out for Gendi. Wily, he is. Gardner in the corner for 3!
Beautiful finish there. There was a hand and good defense from Silla, but he had his eyes on that hoop and drowned that three-pointer.
2 of 6, 2 of 5 there from FUS Rabat as Nadja just goes over the top. It's the attempted pick-up, not good. Rebound doesn't happen for Silla, and here we go again with Gendi. Oh my!
Beautiful there from Gendi. You can see that Al Ahly are starting to get comfortable here in this game, shooting from the best line, from the top of the three-point line, and just showing you how diverse their talent is.
Now they've got the two of their key players from the starting five. Jordan on with a Brown goes up. Look at the athleticism. That is sublime, that is from Jordan.
He's a man that can dance inside that paint, but when your name is Jordan, you better try to match up the Jordan.
He was like skywalking, wasn't he? Just hanging there. You know, walking on clouds that were invisible to the eye, but were very visible to him. Lions from downtown, and that doesn't go anywhere, but out of bounds.
Comes shot there, Lions. Frustration from Coach Janubi, and they had an opportunity to take the lead there for the first time in this game, but FUS Rabat, they'll be happy with the way they played defense on that possession.
You talk about John Jordan's vertical and his ability to stay up. He might have the highest vertical in the BAL currently. I just don't have the stats to tell you, but he claims to have a 50-inch vertical.
I mean, come on.
I mean, I believe you, Q. Really, seriously.
We're going to have to give him a name. Well, first of all, let's see if he scores that shot from the middle. But the Lions picking it up. Ahly. Oh, look at that, Lions with a three. That is just delicious. He's up to 6 points now.
That is back-to-back three-pointers for Lions in good fashion, and you can see the celebration there with his teammates on the bench.
Nui. Brown picks it up. Keeps it safe away from Lions. Brown waits, shot clock down to 4, needs to go for a three, and he gets the three!
It is a perfect shooting clinic here, and you can see what Luol Deng is saying after that. Is impressed, you must say.
Of course, a BAL ambassador, of course, and head coach of South Sudan, who'll take on the mighty Americans in the Olympics this summer. Absolutely fantastic player in his day as Gardner drops the two in. This is a really nice tussle, this is, but Ahly taking a 1-point lead here, 4:50 left in this first half. Jordan. Tiara picks it up. To the hands of the ever-dangerous Nui. A little attempt at a full-back two, and, well, it's going to be a timeout here. 32-31, Ahly lead. FUS Rabat will take a break. Back here in Kigali, Ahly 32, FUS Rabat 31, and a real tight encounter here between the two top teams in season 4 of the BAL. Well, it's going to be Ahly in possession with Nasir, of course, and 4:33 left in this second quarter.
Yeah, interesting to see that FUS Rabat are putting pressure on Ahly. It's a full court press from that possession, and just how much they know that every possession counts here.
Well, loss of possession there for Patrick Gardner, left frustrated there, and it gives the chance for FUS Rabat to gain possession again. They must be a little bit annoyed that they've lost that lead. Q, did you get anything from the timeout?
Well, from the timeout, a lot of focus around ball distribution and the conversation with Captain John Jordan, making sure that they try to make the extra pass, and you'll see it here in this possession. As long as they pass in the ball, they are a better team.
Oh, the little tip, and it was unfortunate because he was in a good position to take that Azuga from that man Diarra, but he wasn't in the same place as he was when he took the shot.
Yeah, he's just come off, he's just come onto the court for the first time in this game and still warming up, but he too brings size, and that matchup against Tony Mitchell Jr. will be interesting.
Well, it's a good score as well, and we see that Ahly finally see Gardner pick up his points. He's up to 7 now. Only Brown is into double figures with 10.
Gardner has had a big impact inside the paint for Ahly since he's been on the floor.
He's always talking about the bigs, isn't he, Q? Well, the attempted shot just going over the top doesn't happen. Mitchell Jr. goes on the rampage, and of course draws attention. and it will be a foul by that man, Ayub Nui.
Well, from that possession, you can see that FUS Rabat are not letting Al-Ahly score any points easily. They're quick in transitional defense, and that helps them so much when it comes to reacting.
This is definitely going to be one of those encounters where we have both teams that, you know, keep each other very close to each other. It's not going to be a stretch-away lead. You just get that impression that they've got solutions, they've got the ability to make adjustments. These two coaches, they know their teams inside and out. Asha, you mentioned about, you know, FUS Rabat and how Saïd El Bouzidi has worked really hard to create and manufacture and engineer and put together a team that's capable of winning this thing.
Yeah, FUS Rabat, of course, they're playing here for the first time, but make no mistake, they have players that have played for Morocco at the international level, winning the FIBA African last year in Angola, and they bring that experience here against this Al-Ahly side. These players, they know each other from playing at the national team level, and they'll be very careful knowing that there's no underdog here.
So Ken Brown just an offensive foul, and they're just giving the ball back to Ahly. That's what they've got to be careful about as well. That's the third team foul for FUS Rabat.
There is frustration, of course, from FUS Rabat. They had a double-digit lead, but they're now trailing by 4 points. They've struggled in that second quarter, and of course it explains why when you take off your starting five, do you have the depth to continue the same rhythm that the starting five started with in the first quarter? And that's where Al-Ahly have an edge over this FUS Rabat team. The starters, they'll have to put in big minutes and stay within touching distance of this Al-Ahly side.
It really is interesting, and keep watching how the two coaches use their rotation and go deeper into their benches. But right now, Ahly are the defending champions for a reason. They understand that their rotations work, and I guess it's the challengers who've got to come up with answers against a tough Egyptian champion team.
Gardner with a step back, attempt at a three-pointer. Brown picks it up. Oh, that's the attempt there by Diarra to try and rise up. But the foul has been committed by Mitchell Jr. on this occasion. That'll be his second. Yeah. That's where they want to get to. Asha, you know, you want to get into the paint. You want to cause a few issues. That's the third team foul. And the likes of Diarra, we saw just how dangerous he was last season, of course, for Stade Malien.
Yeah, he was averaging 18 points there for Stade Malien. Took them to third position in their debut season here, but he's continuing to be consistent now that he's playing for FUS Rabat. He had a short stint with the Milwaukee Bucks in the NBA Summer League last year, but now playing in Morocco in the domestic league and here for the BAL.
One aspect of his game that continues to improve is his free throw shooting, and also his mid-range jump shot, which I think has developed since he's been there.
Oh, Q, you've just cursed him. Come on, what are you doing?
Commentator's
okay,
pass.
you just wait until he finishes his shot, you know. Come on, man. he's bowed away. He's bowed away, isn't he? He's just like sort of retreated a little. Sorry about. Anyway, Q, we'll come back to you in a minute. Here we go. That's a reverse behind the back pass there. Gardner goes for the big bucket, three-point demolition job down in the corner.
Gardner is very comfortable at this point. He's shooting from the inside.
Oh my word! We talked about Diarra. The Skyman has come.
If he cannot score free throws, he will dunk that ball. Incredible there from Aliou Diarra, and there's a bit of tension there with him and Gardner. It will be interesting to see how both players handle that.
Oh, the boosters were there big time. Crikey. Here we go with Gardner going up another 2 points. He hit double figures just previously. Now he's up to 12.
Right now, Gardner winning that matchup, Usher.
Yeah, he's definitely winning it.
Oh, look at that, stunning shot there. And then you can see that Nui gets two very important points because it's a 41-36 scoreline.
Looking at the replay there, Aliou Diarra rising above the rim and just putting that ball in there in the face of Gardner and Gendi. and the celebration just shows you what it means for him.
Yeah, but they seriously looked spooked when he came through. I'd move out of the way if he came towards me, looking with that one arm, ready to produce some kind of, you know, aerial acrobatic that was going to smash the ball home.
I think he dedicated that dunk to Q.
I felt the sonic waves here on the sideline.
I know we should. Do you want to talk about dunking later, Q? All right, okay. We'll leave it for the moment. Moving on, Ahly, they've got a 5-point lead, 122. It's an important moment. Gardner goes down, and the whistle's been blown, pulled and hauled up by his teammates, and a foul has been committed, and it might be foul number 4. Just look at Brown. No, it's a hand in the back from Diarra, in fact, on Gardner. Went down quite easily, but at the same time, there was contact.
Yeah, there was contact, and Ahly will maintain ball possession.
Second foul for Aliou Diarra. Flung out to Mitchell Jr. Put it in, big time.
That's a big three-pointer to give Ahly a 5-point lead, their biggest lead in this game so far, but just showing you how versatile they are as a team. They can score in the paint, they can score from the outside, and it could be anyone. It could be Mitchell Jr., it could be Prince Ali, it could be Ehab Amin. They have the quality.
But it's their percentage from the field that's enabling them to stay ahead and getting the shots. You know, they're just not missing much, are they? And you know, that's the reason why they've got an 8-point lead.
Yeah, they are the defending champions, Ahly, and they know exactly what it takes to win a championship, but they know that it's more difficult to defend it.
They have the #1 offense in the Basketball Africa League, 90.7 points per game. They know how to deconstruct defenses, and we're seeing it unfold right in front of our eyes.
50% from the three for their 3-point shots at the moment. And we're into the last minute of the first half. Little touch by Gardner, but it's still kept in possession. That's a good score. That's a very important score for Zuita.
Yeah, Zuita puts the ball up in the air. It negotiates with the rim, but finally gets those 2 points.
Oh, where did that come from? Where did that come from? How about that for a 3? Lions from downtown.
Lions is shooting, Mitchell Jr. is shooting. I mean, it's a shooting clinic here.
Brown goes up for 3! Oh, respond majestically.
That's how you react there for FUS Rabat. Kendrick Brown bringing that quality there from the backcourt.
Final 10 seconds left. Lions goes again up against Brown, tries to get it up. Does it go? Well, they get possession back. Touching of the rim.
Interference, so the basket counts.
Yeah. Last chance, Saloon, got to get a shot in. Oh, it's just come back out, and that's not going to go anywhere from Mitchell Jr. Well, how about that for a humdinger of a first half between the two North African giants? The scores are 49 for Ahly of Egypt, 41 for FUS Rabat of Morocco. Defending champions are in control for the moment, but there's still another half to play.
Effective.
All right, moving on, as they say. This is the third quarter now, and it is Ahly in possession as Mitchell Jr. aiming. Ryans and Prince Ali starting 5s, of course, as we expected on the floor. It's a shot that comes off the rim, but it's been picked up, and he needs to keep possession. You can't do that. Amin will steal it every time.
That is a massive play there from Ehab. I mean, he's always aggressive on the defensive side, gets himself the bucket, and gives Ahly a 10-point lead.
Long-range shot coming from Brown, just falls safely into the hands of Amin. 10 points, yeah, that's a handsome lead for any team, but it's also a team that you can actually, you know, chew into and recover from. Amin down in the corner, clamped, shut out. Now Arabi up against that man. Oh, lovely touch there. Jordan coming to the rescue. Nice little sneak hand. Cobra hands to a full effect. And that is going to be a foul. Looks like he's okay hitting the ground, Nui. The foul will go on Mitchell Jr. That'll be his second.
Well, there was an opportunity for a 3-against-1 play there. Nuhi, he had a couple of options. He could have passed the ball to Jordan, but tries to go for the backhead. But there's contact, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Q, let's go over to Q. You were close to that cobra fast hand movement from Jordan. He needs to do a bit more of that if FUS Rabat are going to win this game, right?
Well, he needs to make better decisions. 2 of 7 from the field. John Jordan, he really did struggle a little bit when he decided to go ISO ball, and that's always the thing. When you look at the way Ahly play basketball, they make extra passes, they distribute the ball, and they deconstruct defenses. When FUS Rabat play that kind of basketball, they are a lot better.
Points on the scoreboard there for FUS Rabat, and they find themselves in a good position because they picked up possession once again. Jordan waits patiently, gets it out to Nui goes up for 3. Or just rolls off the wrong side, picked up safely at the back by that man Lyons.
FUS Rabat are really struggling on the offensive rebounds. They're not giving themselves a second chance on the basket every time they attempt, and it doesn't fall. But so far, their defense is good against Ahly. They're putting pressure on the ball, and they're able to slow down this Ahly side.
Ali for Ahly. Short. Ayman unable to do anything with that. Shot clock down to 0, 8:13 left. I should go 1:47 into the third quarter, rather.
FUS Rabat just trying to calm things down and see if they can move that ball around. Ahly on the other side playing Zonoman in that paint.
Shot clock down to 7. Jordan back out. Opportunity. Go right through. Whoa, that was a beautiful pass. Neatly done. Now that's how to get rid of the bigs, of course, and Diarra working very well. But how about that from that man Zouita?
When you have players the size of Orabi and Mitchell Jr. in that paint, you have to play the ball down in every possible way that you can until it can rise up.
Long range shot. Doesn't fall. It's a good spell this is for FUS Rabat. They can bring back to 4 points or potentially 3 if they get it. Look at that for a pass. That is brilliant. Shot doesn't go for Diarra, but he does get fouled straight to the free throw line.
10-point runs are almost not significant in a game like this because of the quality of the teams that are playing. So when you have a look at the score, being up 10 can disappear in a heartbeat or in a blink of a flash, and we're seeing that right now out of this third quarter break.
It is 3 personal fouls there for Mitchell Jr. and Aliou Diarra misses again from the free throw.
Yeah, all of these shots are vital. Talked about small margins, details. This is a game of small margins, you get the impression. And they hit their points and they find themselves in a comfortable position, but now they're still 6 behind. Ayman, Mitchell Jr. Shot clock down to 10, long range shot, no one there to go for the rebound. Picked up by Ayoub Nui. Just the communication there. It looks like they're a little bit frustrated there. Ayoub Nui and Aliou Diarra. It could have been flung back into a teammate's hands, but you know, they just not reading each other sometimes.
Yeah, there's a bit of miscommunication there between the two of them, and of course frustration that they're not getting what they want on the offensive side. And Nuhi is replaced by Ben Hamni.
Ayman for 3. Oh, that's a good pass back into the hands of Ayman. Mitchell Jr. goes for a 3-pointer. Oh, the bucket and the little sneaky snake dance to follow.
It is a beautiful 3-pointer there as he goes to double digits, 10 points for Mitchell Jr.
I think he was dancing like an Egyptian then, wasn't he?
Like the Pharaohs.
You're good public for me because you laugh at my bad jokes. Ali goes up, the rebound doesn't fall. Jordan has it in his hands. So I thank you for that, Usher. As we move back into the play, Brown goes up. Oh, it's a three-point shooter!
It is a perfect three-pointer from Kendrick Brown, timely for FUS Rabat to stay relevant in this game, and now it is a 6-point game.
Well, he's been picking his shots as Ken Brown, and he continues to be perfect from beyond the arc, and they need these scores, especially here in this important third quarter.
Well, the attempt to tip in, well, he's up to 16 points now, and he's leading all scorers. It's put up for Diarra, but he couldn't get near it. Too many Ahly players in position. Amin comes flying through, and Brown commits the foul. That's foul number 2 for Ken Brown.
He was a bit late there, Kendrick Brown, and you can see from the reaction he expected it, and it was the right call there from the referee.
I think he was going for one of those, going for a waltz, wasn't he? He was going for a waltzing move, so, you know. But unfortunately, it's illegal in basketball.
Well, there was a numbers mismatch, and he was literally just taking the foul so he could get the defense set up again.
Yeah, a waltz, Q, that's what I was saying. Here we go. Shot clock down to 7. Mitchell Jr. goes up for a big 3. It's again. Now look at the rebound. King is the smallest player on the floor. It's set up and it's in. Diarra. Oh wow! Dunk it down. Set up by Zuita. That's the way to do it.
Beautiful assist there from Zuita to set Aliou Diarra nicely. He was looking for it on the previous possession, and finally he got it in the right place at the right time.
Get air underneath your wings. And Arabi backing up into Diarra, who has got his third foul here.
It is danger time there for FUS Rabat, but the replay there for that dunk, Aliou Diarra, incredible.
54-50, we'll take a break. Wow. 54-50, Ahly, the defending champions, the Giants from Cairo. They lead FUS Rabat of Morocco by 4 points, but the tight tussle is definitely entering a very interesting time of the game. 4:45 left in the third.
It is a difficult time for that man, Aliou Diarra, with 3 personal fouls. He goes to the bench and is replaced by Silla, the teenage sensation from Senegal.
Ahly in possession. Amin goes on a wander, doesn't get tangled up. Lovely score indeed.
There's so many hands in that paint, but somehow the ball found its way inside the bucket.
Jordan with a fast acceleration, and it's a technical foul
On Lions.
Lions, and this is a problem. Coach Julbe is not happy either.
Jan Davidson from Madagascar just picking up something there on the court that Lions said, and Jordan will go to the free throw line.
And they get possession back.
Well, I'll tell you what Coach Jobe was saying to his team just out of the timeout was a focus on continuing to pound the ball on the interior and a big emphasis on securing the defensive rebound. So they'll continue to look to feed Arabi where possible if the transition opportunity does not exist.
Thanks, Q. Yes. Need to be a bit careful. Lions on the radar. Mitchell Jr. has got 3 fouls as well. Prince Ali, Jordan keeping him in check, and he has the ball taken away from him. Here's Silla. Is he going to get the ball out wide? It's been passed back. Ben Maheen flung over. Zuita goes charging through off the foot of Mitchell Jr. Otherwise, oh, it came off Silla's foot, I think.
Yeah, very unfortunate there from Zuita. He wanted to just give Silla that moment and reward him for the good defense on the other side of the court, but it was not meant to happen.
I think it was the speed in which they got back to defend that was pretty impressive. Amin. Whoa, he flies down and gets caught up. Battle between the playmakers there, and you can see there Lawa just knows that he's at fault. Look at the arm going up, and made a bit of a meal of it as he crashed down to the ground.
There was not so much contact there for Ehab and then to react the way that he reacted.
No, it was, you know, it was some good movement there. Rabat. More contact, Ben Maheen. And the ball comes out, Ahly going up for a 3-point score. Zuita makes it safe. Flung out wide, lots of time. Jordan for three! Finally gets a big bucket and he moves up to 7. That was an important score for Jordan.
He needed that. He's been knocking on that door and he's been frustrated the whole game, and you can see from his facial expression what it means to him.
Yeah, lots of relief, Q, right?
Lots of relief, a needed score, takes it back to a one-possession game, and this is what we expect from the top 2 teams out of the conferences, playing just for the right to find out who their opponent will be tomorrow.
Yeah, but we're talking about it's Ahly of Libya, who will take on the losing team from here, and the winning team will take on the Cape Town Tigers. But the Cape Town Tigers put up a lot of grit and they put a lot of fight against the team from Libya. I mean, who wants to play who? Having seen that game. Well, it's a lost possession there. These are the kind of moments you do all of the hard work and then all of a sudden, you know, it just slips through your fingers.
It's a bit of an ambitious attempt there from Jordan for Zuita.
Ahly, still a 3-1 possession game. Jordan, Ahly going around. Mitchell Jr. driving into the paint. Oh, it's just a little bit too short off the front of the rim. Zuita gets the ball out. Jordan drops it into the corner. Opportunity. Ben Maheen doesn't manage to get it. Oh, that's nearly a rebound for Rabat. Picked up by Mitchell Jr. Goes out wide. There's a charge coming through. Lions does the damage in a big way. That's a great score.
That is a great score. There's defense in the paint, but the acceleration there you see inside the paint just to get an edge over him, and just like a 180-degree basket.
It's the one area in the game that Ahly have really been good, other than their bench points, their ability to score in transition. They punish Rabat every time they get a miss.
Yeah, it's you know, you'll pay the price against a team that play quality basketball, and you know that Ahly, that team, they're the team that will punish you if you make errors or if you lose possession. And if there's a loose ball, they'll all dive on it all at the same time because they'll feast on it like a pack of hungry wolves. And it, you know, and it makes sense because they have that winning DNA. They've won it before. The BAL, they'll try and win it again.
They remember the feeling that they got when they lifted that BAL trophy here last year, and they want to feel the same thing. So every game for them here is a final, and you can see that in every ball possession.
Jordan, Ken Brown drops it into Silla. Silla tries to twist around Kedju, goes up high off the glass, doesn't manage to fall. He tries to get somewhere near the ball, but there is a bit of contact and a push from Silla. A little bit clumsy. I think he was trying to come back and retrieve possession. Saw a glimpse, couldn't get his hands on it. And that will be a second.
Yeah, FUS Rabat are in foul trouble, so Mitchell Jr. will go to the free throw line. It is a 6-point game, but Ahly, every time that FUS Rabat try to come back into the mix, Ahly literally run away with every possession that they get.
The ability to make big shots, the ability to move in transition. And, you know, Tony Mitchell Jr. is a professional who's played in 17 countries and 6 continents. We saw in that Nile conference what he can bring to the team, especially down the stretch. But it's not only him. They've got Prince Ali and they've got Mark Lyons, and they alongside Ehab Amin, and that's why they're such a formidable defending champion. It's going to be very tough for any team to beat them.
Ken Brown Nadja around Keju. Sees that there's no way through. This is nicely done. Tries to go over the top, not going and not finding any space there, but there's contact, of course. Elawa is dangerous, and he gets the chance to go to the free throw line. And that's a fourth foul, so that's an important time in this game. Even though there's 1:46 left on the clock, it means that we'll go to the charity line the next time that there's a foul against a player from FUS Rabat. Mitchell Jr. on 4, which is the news coming out of that scenario.
Now in the absence of Aliou Diarra and Silla, you see that FUS Rabat are continuing to get into that paint. They want to try and see if they can get a foul on the basket or just get a trip to the free throw line and, you know, try to break Al-Ahly's rhythm by going to the charity line.
Elawa just has it roll in. That's a good shot there. It's a 5-point game, 1:44 left to play in this third quarter. Lions on 14 points, leading the scorers for Ahly. Ayman goes up, tries to get the ball back. Oh, he's done really well. They still managed to keep possession. Long-range shot, no. Lions fakes, cuts inside, floats one over the top. That is just a delight to the eye. Lions is the man.
That is a beautiful finish from Lions. You can see that he made the right decision and tried to weave his way through that paint, and against FUS Rabat defense, just elevating in mid-air and floating the ball and the bucket.
The drive underneath the basket doesn't come to anything from Azuga. And just over a minute remaining. It's a 7-point game. Need to try and hold Ahly if they want to go into this final quarter in a good position. It goes out. Nasser gets the last touch, and it will be the Moroccan team who have possession in this play.
Looking at that man, Mitchell Jr., he's done a great job for this Al-Ahly side. 11 points, but with 4 fouls, he'll take a break from the game for now.
It's been very strong out there. 11 points.
Robbie, you spoke about the foul situation. Now what it does is it allows FUS Rabat to go to the free throw line because the time gets stopped, and it just lets them get back 2 points without any time expiring off the game clock. If they can continue to draw fouls, it will allow them an opportunity to get this game close, and it will make for a very, very fascinating fourth quarter.
Yeah, and players just need to be a little bit careful, you know, with the fouls, like you said. Tony Mitchell Jr., you know, he's been such an important cog in this Ahly machine that, you know, they find themselves, you know, having to put him on the bench. He's come back out and look at what he does. Lions is such an important asset to this Ahly team as well. Nadja looks like he'll pick up his second foul there. There he is, going in very firmly.
It is a rough night for the FUS Rabat bigs. Nadja coming in to give a break to Aliou Diarra, who was struggling earlier with those 3 fouls, and Silla as well with the 1 foul. But his size and experience should play for something.
And then all of a sudden you've got Patrick Gardner who comes on, who was one of the star players, and you know, and now he comes on to, you know, spend a little bit of time on the court because, you know, and he could be in the starting 5 quite easily, right?
Yeah, he could definitely be in the starting 5, replacing Omar Orabi.
Good rebound there from Azuga. Brown, 30 seconds remain here in this third quarter. It's a 7-point game. FUS Rabat will be desperate to get points from this. This will be psychologically advantageous if they don't score for Ahly. Oh, it's beautifully dropped in, and Nadja gets his first points tonight with a little subtle floater over the top.
It is a big bucket for Nadja. He was doing a lot of the work on defense, but just being able to contribute on offense there is important for FUS Rabat.
Oh no, Nadja just commits the foul on Lions. and just at a critical time. So all of that hard work in his first bucket taken away from him if these two shots are scored from the free throw line by that man Lyons.
Yeah, you can see that Lyons knows that he's a ball magnet. He attracts defense when it comes to him trying to penetrate into the paint. They fear his abilities and they try to step it up to him, but Naja is not content with the call from the referee and is asking for a video review, but that cannot be done on a foul. And that's 3 personal fouls for Naja.
Yeah, more fouls than he's got points tonight. Ooh, that's okay. I mean, sorry, I shouldn't say things like that. And, it doesn't matter. It's that he hasn't spent much time on the floor, of course, but his job is to get in the face of everybody. 1.3 seconds to go. Got to go for it. Mr. Brown goes up. Doesn't get the buzzer beater, and it's a 6-point lead. So we'll take a break. Ahly lead FUS Rabat 64-58. A 6-point lead heading into the final quarter of the first day of the playoffs here in Kigali as we take a look at the game summary. 6-point lead so far, Asha.
Yeah, Ahly looking good on the rebounds. They have 31, which is impressive. 8 more than FUS Rabat. They're dominating that space in there, but both teams being able to move that ball around. 12 assists for Ahly, 11 for FUS Rabat. But the difference, 8 for 21 for Ahly behind the 3-point line. They're really shooting that ball. Lyons is doing a good job. And you can see the quality that they bring. Ehab Amin and Mitchell Jr. just bringing that quality for the Egyptian champions. But on the other side, 5 for 15 for FUS Rabat. They've been trying to knock on that door. Sometimes they're struggling, but the shot selection has also been really the problem here for them.
Q, we're coming over to you. We see there's a couple of changes in the FUS Rabat team, with Bairi getting his first minutes on the floor.
Well, I was at the Ahly bench, I know.
Well, come on in, make yourself noticed, Mr. Bairi. How about that for a beautiful, way downtown, stratospheric three-pointer?
Important three-pointer.
That's how you introduce yourself in a game in the 4th quarter.
I had to catch my breath there, Q, sorry.
I'll say this, Coach Joubert wasn't much X's and O's. He was very, very emphatic about the importance of wanting to win and then executing coming out of this 4th quarter. And let's see if they are able to execute the way he wants.
Hey, look, they didn't manage to score off that. Naja getting the rebound and not getting him tangled up with all of the bigs. There's Brown going up for 3. Oh! Drop it in, put it in, make a big statement. That is just sensational.
That is a big 3-pointer from Kendrick Brown and gets the crowd going. And now we have a game on our hands. It's 64 tied.
8:51, only in the 4th quarter. We have lots of basketball to be played. Gardner goes up, and it always stays in play. Look at that for a little bit of miraculous saving of possession. Brown goes again, surely not. Naja. Oh, is it contact? It doesn't matter. The rebound. How did he get there? Wow.
That's a beautiful rebound there from Aliou Diarra. He was in the right place at the right time, got himself the ball, and went back up, not scared of the Ahly defense.
There's an interesting buzz taking place here in the BK Arena. Nasser tries to go around and get in, doesn't get the possession. Look at the reaction from the bench of FUS Rabat. They haven't even got a couple of their key players on the floor, and that has been prolific.
That is a massive 2 minutes here for the start of the last quarter for FUS Rabat. But looking at the replay there, Kendrick Brown starting off offensively on the right knot. He's been knocking on that door. He's done an amazing job. 19 points, and he is the highest scorer in the game so far, Kendrick Brown.
So Q, anybody who actually walked away and sort of, went to the restroom and came back, they're probably turning around and go, what on earth is going on?
Out of the 4th, coming into the 4th quarter, picking up an 8-0 run, a chance to go on a 10-point run. That's a great way to respond from FUS Rabat.
It's just brilliant, isn't it? And that's what we expect from a team that won the Kalahari Conference. They have metal, they're brandishing their wares now. Bailey, he got a 3-pointer. Oh, he's knocked down 2 more!
Wow, Wow, Yassine Beyri, 4 quick points here in the opening 3 minutes of the last quarter, and we have an electric game just as we expected. A typical North African derby.
It is exactly that. 34 years of age, Yassine Beyri, and playing like a teenager, knocking them down as if he does it with his eyes closed. Here it is, picked it up, Nasser goes up, over the top he goes. Contact has been made by Kendrick Brown, who will pick up his 3rd foul.
It is a shooting 2 there for that man, Nasser. And looking at the replay, he tried to go around Kendrick Brown, and it seems like there was contact for Nasser, who'll go to the free throw line, and that's really helpful for Ahly because they take the rhythm away from this FUS Rabat side.
Well, they've got to get a score from the free throw line just to see if they can put an inroad into the scoring run. But misses the first. It's important that he composes himself just to get one of these 2.
Listen, Q, you've had your feathers ruffled a few times during your playing career. I mean, what are these guys feeling at the moment?
They understand the ebb and flow of the game. They'll know that basketball is a game of runs, and that's why you pay for experience. They shouldn't have their feathers ruffled too much, but it's important that they figure out a way to get a score or a stop.
Yeah, we've seen 5 lead changes so far in this game. It's tight as we go into the final 7 minutes of the last quarter.
Now, Coach Jolbe is sat down, he's not there, he's back up out of his seat, of course, as we can see. And there's a lot going on here. This is going to get physical as well a little bit, because we expect that from these 2 teams. And Diarra's gone down. There's been contact, he's flat on his back. He's just getting a breather, but you can see that Keju will pick up the foul on that occasion, and that will be his first. But
and looking at the replay, Aliou Diarra trying to use the best line to go up and find that bucket, but Kijo, there's contact, there's movement on his feet, and it is definitely a foul. Shooting 2 for Aliou Diarra. He's struggled and missed thrice so far on the free throw line, but can he make this one?
just putting pressure on the man. Come on, Asher, give him a break.
This is exactly what they call commentators' luck.
I've never heard that before, but I like it.
I call it the commentator's blessing.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Well, listen, you know, he's got 13 points, and now he's got 14. There you go. He's going to have to come and shake your hand and say, merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup, Asher. Thank you so much for blessing me.
Malian magic coming to the fore, but a 4-point lead is where we are. That's the score. Kendi spins like he does all the time. It goes out wide, and there's a long-range shot coming in. It hasn't fallen. Kendi's always there to pick up the pieces. Waits for support. Nasser to the left. Keju with the screen. Doesn't need him. Is he going to do what he does? No. Keju might. Oh, how has that gone down? It's gone down well on the Ahly bench.
That's a big three-pointer from Kijo. He had the time and space to execute, and it is a one-point game.
And a little bit of contact, and of course that means that we're going straight to the free throw. No, it's foul number 3. Just have a look at this three-pointer first of all downtown. Sumptuous, even the flamingo head finish. You don't mind me saying.
That won't be in the scouting report. When you look at the game of Keju, that's not how you cover him, and that's really, really a big-time shot. It's big kahunas from Keju.
Q, let your hair down, why not? Here we go, into the hands of Diarra. It's a one-point game. This is going to the wire, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're watching around the world, everywhere, hopefully, because it's riveting, it's fascinating, and it's tantalizingly close. Ben Maheen, oh, there's contact there. Gizawi, and is there a foul? There is. He's gonna go to the free throw. Ben Maheen get fouled as he was taking the shot.
Looking at the replay there.
No, it's before. Sorry, it was before, I think. They picked up on the foul on Ben Maheen originally before he took the shot. And that's why they only get possession on the sideline. Jordan, 13 seconds and counting. shot clock. He goes up. Oh, knock it down! John Sumptuous! Big-time scoring at key moments.
Incredible there from Jordan. He goes into the double digits, 10 points for him, and that's the Jordan that we saw in the Kalahari Conference. Incredible, the timing as a 4-point game.
How does Gandhi do it? Where did he come from? He came through the side door.
There's a bit of lack of concentration there from FUS Rabat, and Gandhi smelt that, and he punished FUS Rabat.
Oh, well, he wasn't ready for that. That came off the head from Silla. He's fine. It can hurt the basketball. It's been picked up once again, and there is contact.
And Diarra tries to make up for that mistake, but he steps outside, and it is ball possession for Al-Ahly.
Well, that's one of those situations, isn't it? Silla was not expecting that. They got a 2-point lead, 5:33. This is fascinating. We haven't seen Gizawi on the floor until now. No, Gandhi for 3. Well, Jordan picks it up.
And there goes the 50-inch elevator.
Mr. Rebound Master, traveling call. Well, they're a little bit lucky on that occasion because he'd lost possession, and all of a sudden they find themselves regaining because of that.
Yeah, it's great defense there from FUS Rabat. They continue to put pressure on this Al-Ahly side. Al-Ahly are not really used to this kind of pressure, and FUS Rabat can feel that.
Oh, I said Coco. Silla. Ben Maheen, the ghosting move. A carbon copy of what Gandhi was doing.
Beautiful there to give FUS Rabat a 4-point lead, and Jordan is alive.
The 5-foul count for Ahly could come against them. Jordan's there, support, Ben Maheen puts it up! Oh my! Nasser will pick up the foul, but look at that man Diarra, nearly scoring his 15th and 16th points.
Aliou Diarra has been looking for that moment, and the setup was quite perfect, but Jordan getting the steal, and Sofiane trying to set him up, but unfortunately there's too many hands in there. Nasser bringing up the contact.
The coach's challenge has been called for. They want to upscale the foul on Diarra, and as if you need any more drama in this one, it means they could get possession plus the 2 shots.
Well, look, with a 4-point lead, and we go and check this. This is going to be Coach Julbey and his players to try and, you know, hope that it doesn't get an upscale, because, well, that could prove to be a complicated scenario then for Ahly.
Well, it is a very, very interesting game. You talk about drama. We haven't even recovered from the Sahara Conference, guys. We're still trying to catch
our
breath.
Nile Conference, come on.
No, the Sahara Conference just a couple of days ago.
I haven't recovered from the Nile Conference.
Okay, I see what you mean.
71-75, we'll take a break. Well, we've got a game on our hands, haven't we? 71-75. A final 4:43 in the 4th quarter, and Ahly, well, they've gone from being ahead to being behind now.
Yeah, looking at FUS Rabat, they've been consistent. They've tried to stay in this game. They know that they're coming up against the defending champions Al-Ahly, but respect is earned. And FUS Rabat just continuing to dig through their teamwork, pass that ball around and set up Aliou Diarra, but sharing responsibilities. Kendrick Brown just doing a lot of the work. 19 points for him, 4 assists. Aliou Diarra targeting a double-double there, 14 points, and he's 2 rebounds away from that. But on the other side, Lions with 18 points, 4 assists. Patrick Gardner, 12 points, and they are off the floor.
The fact that Mitchell Jr. is, of course, that Mitchell Jr. has been off the floor for a while has really hurt them quite badly, I think. Q, did you pick up anything from the timeouts?
Well, first, the foul will not be upgraded. It will be a common foul, so the referees have reviewed it. I don't think it was utilized as a coach's challenge. There was a lot of communication around that between the referees and the coaches, but it'll stay the same, so it'll just be 2 shots for Ahly Diarra. And that was the primary focus, just from the coaches, to make sure that they try and get the call the right way so they could pick up possession.
Diarra, here he is. He's got 14 points. He's looking to extend that now from the free throw line, and that's a good shot. Got his last 3. He'll get another chance, of course, following that foul.
Yeah, he looks calmer taking these particular free throws, and it just tells you the importance of what it means if he can score. But it is a 5-point game as the Moroccan champions continue to have a lead here.
Picked up by Lions. Lions into the hands of Amin. Still, oh, it's just been intercepted and taken by Diarra. FUS Rabat are looking very meticulous and very much locked in the final 5 minutes. Jordan tries to go around the bigs. Little bit of a screen there, and that is a great score. Jordan now up to 14.
Very timely bucket there from Jordan. They needed to score on that possession to continue to put pressure on Ahly.
Lions a little bit short of his chosen destination. This is riveting. This really is a tight battle between 2 of the best teams in Africa this year.
Ahly look like they've been intimidated by this FUS Rabat side. You can see from the body language, but they still have that fight in them, courtesy of what we've seen since last year when they lifted the BAL right here at the BK Arena.
Let's just see how smart FUS Rabat are and how they use the clock, how they use their time. 3 seconds remaining and have to go high. Oh, everything's working. And Bayri's the man. He turns everything into magic. When he comes on, he scores.
Well, FUS Rabat have established a relationship with the rim in this last quarter. They've been impeccable, and everything they throw in the air is landing, and it's working. It's putting pressure on Ahly, and now we have a 9-point game.
Listen, Q, that's a difficult shot, isn't it? He's aiming for the glass, and it's at an angle. Wow.
Asher spoke about it, and quite literally everything that they put up is going in. 22 points in this 3rd quarter is what the FUS Rabat offense has been able to produce. And right now, Ahly, they look like they're on the ropes. There's still an eternity. 3:30 is still a lot of time. And we know that basketball is a game of runs. It really is going to be about what they are able to do out of this timeout and see if they can't change the momentum in this one.
There's only one player who hasn't scored, who's been on the floor, and that is Azuka. He's only spent a couple of minutes, but everybody else has actually scored, and that just gives you an idea that this is a very good team performance with points coming off the bench as well. So yeah. FUS Rabat do have bench players, and it's been proven tonight. It's
been incredible. Coach El Bouzidi giving instructions to Azuka to really bring that defensive aspect here. They don't necessarily need him to be on the scoring side, but just able to match up. But you can see that Ahly, they want to run a couple of plays. 3 minutes, 30 seconds is a lot of time in the game of basketball. And now FUS Rabat are putting pressure on Ahly with the full court man press.
Now Ben Maheen, 4 fouls, that's his 4th. 3:24 in trouble, but still 3:24 left to play. It's going to get physical. It's already been physical. It's going to get even more physical now, I get the impression. 3:20 to go, long-range shot. It's a big bucket attempt, but Jordan gets it. Little tip, a chance. Ben Maheen leaves it, waits. Bayri gives it to Jordan. Jordan floats one up. Oh, my! That is almighty Diarra demolition job again!
Ahly Diarra incredible. Looking at the timing, he was waiting for that pass from Jordan, but look at the replay here. Jordan trying to penetrate into the bucket, but the floater right above Gardner, actually right above Orabi. He had one on him, and that is amazing. Look at the replay there. Orabi tried to establish contact, but he was too late and way out of vision for Aliou Diarra.
Well, there's been a little bit of interference, I think, and hence the reason why we've gone up the other end, Q.
No, technical foul. Lifting yourself well done. We've seen this foul call. There's a little bit of showmanship on the rim, and Aliou Diarra picks up a tick, so he'll go to 4 fouls, and it allows Ahly just to get a shot in, and I mean, goes and converts.
It's not going to stop it being quite an extraordinary basket, is it?
Well, at least it will still look good on the Instagram reel.
It only works if you win, right? Come on, there it is. Look. So it's something that has been discussed, you know, with all of the referees. You can't, you know, pull the ring. You know, you can damage, and that's not what you're meant to do. Got to protect. Orabi. Easy in the paint.
Yeah,
now,
you can
this
see
could
that.
be a turnaround scenario. We've got to be a little bit careful to understand. Well, they've got to be a little bit careful. We don't care. We're just loving it.
Looking at their strategy here, FUS Rabat, they want to run down that clock. They know, of course, 2 minutes is a long time in the game of basketball, but they'll try to score on every possession.
Well, that wasn't the right pass to Diarra. It's been picked up. Amin's going to go up. Oh, it's an easy score, despite Diarra hunting him down. 6-point game, 2:25. Timeout has been called because this is where we are in this wonderful battle of the two giants of North Africa. Ahly of Egypt and FUS Rabat of Morocco.
Ehab Amin in the right place at the right time. Gendi was able to find him with that pass, and he made the easy basket there, even though Aliou Diarra was inside. The timeout for Coach El Bouzidi is at the right moment, and you can see he's talking about the importance of rebounds. They were able to establish that at the beginning of this quarter. It helped them, but they'll need to do a good job on the offensive rebounds to give themselves a second chance on the points. But that man, Aliou Diarra, 15 points, averaging in conference play in the Kalahari Conference. He has 17 points in this one. His shooting and scoring at 67% from the field, 8 rebounds, just 2 rebounds from a double-double here in the playoffs in Kigali.
Well, you see that what an impact a momentum changer like a technical foul can have. Up to that point, FUS Rabat were on a run, and all it took was just the one moment of, let's say, a lack of clarity, and it allowed just a single point, and since then we've seen a 4-point run from the defending champions, but it's going to make for a fascinating 2:25 lift here.
Yeah, and who comes back on to finish off this game? It is Mitchell Jr. 4 fouls, just like Diarra. Jordan goes up. Oh, Diarra this time, straight off the rim. Of course, he's not going to showboat. He's just going to celebrate. I love it.
He takes his celebration on the court. He's not going to do any of that on the rim, and lands from his mistake earlier.
Well, it's been flung back in. FUS Rabat go up, and Jordan nails it. He's up to 14.
It is a big bucket there from that man, Jordan. Incredible finish, the steal from midway the court, and just being able to lay up on the other side amidst 3 Al Ahly players, including that man, the 7-footer, Orabi.
Well, you can do whatever you want, Mr. Diarra. We know what you're capable of doing, and I think that you've learned your lesson as well. So, you know, it's funny how things turn around, Usher. You know, enjoy yourself. He's having fun.
He's having fun, Aliou Diarra. He loves the game of basketball. Obviously played for Stade Malien last season and quickly becoming a household name here at the BAL. He's known for his defensive work, winning the BAL Defensive Player of the Year in Season 3 last year, but now just having so much fun also on the offensive side. Well, Robbie, you get the feeling that FUS Rabat, with this 10-point lead, can smell victory. They can smell it, but they have to remain consistent and not complacent.
Listen, sometimes you smell some wonderful, things in your life, and you can't get your hands on it. So I think that you've got to make sure that you wait until you're at the right time. Wait until you get over the finish line, and that's what they've got to do. It's all about being patient. It's all about management now, and how they deal with possession and how they defend.
Yeah, you can see how animated they are on the bench and encouraging each other. If you read their lips, you see that they're talking about the importance of communicating and speaking amongst themselves in this final 1 minute 55 seconds of the game.
Well, that was the ideal response out of a timeout. They get a 4-point run. What do Ahly have in their bag is the question here.
Listen, they've only lost one game in the BAL this year, and it's Gendi going up for 3. Oh, that's close, but it's not good enough. Zwitter picks it up, and it comes back out. They lost against the Oilers, City Oilers. Their only loss in 6 games, of course, 82-81. In the Nile Conference in their own backyard. Brown. Well, it's nearly in. 125, great drive, great score from Lions. Lions moves up to 20 points now, leading all scorers on the floor. Brown gets bumped by Lions, and Lions will pick up his 3rd foul.
Ahly are in foul trouble, and Kendrick Brown will head to the free throw line to try and expand this 8-point lead that they have against the defending champions, Ahly.
And that's a key thing, isn't it? The fact that there's the 5 team fouls to 3 for FUS Rabat. They'll lean on that, just like we've seen before.
Yeah, Ahly are really feeling the pressure now. It's 1 minute 17 seconds to go. What can they do? They'll try to score from outside the perimeter. They'll need any attempt to go down, but the shot selection will be very important. Or they could go for feeding Orabi in the paint and try to just build up slowly, but time is against them at this point.
Well, as it stands, it will be FUS Rabat who'll take on Cape Town Tigers, and Ahly who'll take on Ahly, the Egyptian Libyan derby once again. That's all the attempted tipping by Orabi, can't get it in, gets it back out. Gendi over to Mitchell Jr. No, he floats one up, doesn't get it, made safe. Well, here they go, Diarra, Ben Maheen a little bit far out west, but he's got enough time to use the clock.
Well, FUS Rabat just getting closer and closer to victory here against the defending champions, Ahly.
3-pointer. Mitchell Jr. loses possession, frustration here. Ben Maheen is picked up by Diarra, and there's a foul there by Orabi on Diarra, straight to the free throw line. More points. And look, you can see the bench, the body language tells it all. You can see Saïd El Bouzidi, they think that that's enough. It should be enough, of course, because look at the scoreline. Look how many seconds we got on the clock, and look where they are.
It is 28.8 seconds on the clock. Aliou Diarra with yet another trip to the charity line. And he's trying to relax and get into best mode.
The first one goes in.
You can see the reaction there from the Ahly players, frustration. They tried to stay alive in this game, but FUS Rabat really have looked almost perfect in this 4th quarter.
Well, there's a line violation from him in. He's going to take that shot again, and so everything is just working in their favor, and that's the scenario.
It is the scenario. Sometimes you need a bit of luck in the game, and FUS Rabat have worked so hard for that, and they deserve that.
Listen, 78-89, they've got an 11-point lead, FUS Rabat. Eamon takes it up quickly, want to get his shot in, it's a 3-pointer if it goes in, but it's just not happening. Shocked up into the path of this man, Zwitter. He's going to use the clock. This is all done and dusted. This is quite an extraordinary battle that we've seen here. And all credit to FUS Rabat, all credit to Saïd El Bouzidi. They never stopped believing, and they will win this game against Ahly of Egypt, and they will take on the Cape Town Tigers, whereas Ahly of Egypt will take on Ahly of Libya. The final score here in Kigali, 78-89 for FUS Rabat.
Is an incredible performance here from the Moroccan champions, playing at the playoffs for the very first time and being able to defeat Al-Ahly. It is a message that is very clear. They're here, they mean business, and they've dominated. They've looked solid, and that man, Aliou Diarra, coming alive in the second half of the game, just able to bring that pressure on Al-Ahly in that paint against Orabi and Gardner. And just, you see what it means to him that they've won this game. Kendrick Brown, Sofiane, everybody played a key role as the players thank the fans here in Rwanda for their support.
Yeah, and look at this. We still haven't had we got one double-double. Aliou Diarra, of course, 21 points and 10 rebounds, of course. With the Lions with 20 points, 4 players in double figures there, of course, and Mitchell Jr. with that fourth foul that took him out of the equation for a while.
Yeah, looking at FUS Rabat, they were impeccable on defense. You don't get to see such statistics here on the screen, but they communicated well, and the starting five played a key role. Yassine Beyri